Get ready for the Squawking Eagles Podcast, the show that covers only the Philadelphia Eagles. Think different. Think Squawking Eagles Podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Squawking Eagles Podcast. This is Mike. I am joined by special guest Holdyn Barder. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, Mike? Thanks for having me, man.
You know, I'm so glad you were able to come on to the podcast. Your song is the song "Go Birds." You know, we're looking for a song. We're looking for an anthem for the playoffs, and I think we have one.
I'm telling you, man. I think this song. The real reason I wanted to put this out is to see if it can, revitalize the team, because they definitely need it right now. So
yeah, for sure. Well, is that what inspired you to write the song, or what really did inspire you to get it out?
Well, man. Well, thanks for the kind words on it. I always loved songwriting. Before I moved to Nashville, I moved here in 2019. I've always appreciated good writing and good music and storytelling, and that's partly why I love being an artist and a songwriter, is to tell stories and kind of. I always envision myself in the crowd, and whenever I'm most moved by music, it's when I can connect to a story, and I want to be that guy on stage that does that. So I was like, all right, well, let me try and see if I can combine two things that I love, which are the Eagles and country music. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And so it took me about 3 months to write. My mom helped me write it along with my friend Tyler. And I would start with a verse, and then I would kind of just let it marinate a little bit. And then a week would go by, and then I'd get another inspiration. And so I didn't want to force it, because I knew the impact that it could probably have. I was like, this, if I'm going to do this, it's got to be done right.
Right. You get catchy melody. It's catchy. The way teasers you're putting out with the whole "Go Bird" when she says "Go Birds," like that kind of like makes me want to hear it again. I just got to go here, listen to it again, and then ends "Go Birds." Like there's something with that. It's got a really catchy. I got my kids listening to it. Just the like little snippets.
I love it, man. Thank you. That means a lot. And I guess as a songwriter, the catchier the better, right? So
exactly. You got to get that little in your ear. You got to get in your ear, and it's fun. And for the Eagles season right now, they need some sort of anthem. What a better time than right now going into the playoffs.
Well, that was my whole internal argument in my brain. I was like, if I'm going to do this thing, I have to write it soon, or I have to just put it out in the fall. And, I like it a lot. So I was like, all right, I think I could put it out just in time. I'm hoping that, I'm dropping it. I was originally going to drop it next week. So today's January 9th. So I was going to drop it the 19th. But then I realized, well, we may not finishing in the first seed and may not have that bye week. So I was like, I might have to drop this wild card weekend. I'm so glad I did.
Yeah.
Because, it's coming out in 3 days, but I'm glad I picked this weekend, because who knows what's going to happen at Monday night.
Is there the story about the girl becoming a Cowboys fan, becoming a girl, becoming an Eagles fan? Is there any kind of anything like, art really emulates reality? Was there any of that? Have you tried to convert a Cowboy fan?
Man, it's so funny because I've actually never dated a Cowboys fan. And I hope that I never do. But I wanted to create something. I wanted to create something fictional and something cool. I was like, well, what,
Great.
And if anything, of course she would turn into an Eagles fan. Why wouldn't she?
Looks better in green. Everyone looks better in green,
exactly.
Right?
Yes. It's a cool story. But what's awesome to see is going through Instagram and seeing all the comments of folks who are Eagles Cowboys couple pairs out there, and they're all saying like, oh man, this is me and my husband, this is I bleed green now. I'm like, all right, it's working.
So what kind of responses have you been getting from the community, Eagles and Cowboys community?
The Eagles love it. The Eagles love it. They commented, we're playing this on repeat, and they ready. A couple players have heard it. David Akers shared it on his story last week, which was pretty cool. And so a lot of great love from the players and the franchise and just fans, man. It's been like getting people from all over the world. Like an Eagles fan page from the Caribbean followed me, from San Diego followed me. Like they're everywhere. And you don't even realize how many Eagles fans are across the world, but they're there. And that's what I'm learning. And so, there's a lot of mixed opinions. Of course, there's Dallas in my comments also that, it's funny writing a country song, which is their pride and joy,
Right.
but, doing it.
Yeah, got to give those digs in as much as you can with those Cowboys fans. You have to.
That's right, man. I just find it funny too. It's a country song, and they're from Texas.
Right, it's great.
But no, it's been great. The comments have been great, and but if you guys go through, there are some heated ones for sure.
Sure, I'm sure. Cowboys fans don't hold anything back just as much as Eagles fans. We don't hold a lot back either. So
except
it's a good
better.
Right, exactly. Now, do you have any other ideas for other songs for the community, like Phillies, Flyers, Sixers?
You know what? That's so funny you say that, because I have been getting so many messages because spring training's coming up soon.
Yeah,
I've been getting so many messages to write a Phillies song, so I might just have to do it. I have a baseball song. It's not about the Phillies, but I could maybe twist it. I wrote it with my buddy Jeff. We could probably throw some Philly things in there.
Never know. You just a little bit. The one thing catch on that Phillies love playing music in their clubhouse.
Yeah, might be cool. It might be one of those next "Dancing on My Own" theme songs. I don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah, that would be pretty cool. And then the other thing too, one of my cousins or someone told me is like, dude, if you put out this song and they start playing well, now everybody's going to want you to put one out every playoff.
I'm going to hold you to that, because if they do start playing well, I might have to come back and need another song here, because
hey, we need another one. It's working.
Eagles are going to have to go to Tampa Bay. They're going to need some sort of motivation. And what are your thoughts of these Eagles going into Tampa Bay?
Man, I just watched a Chad Ochocinco Instagram reel. I don't know if you saw it. He was sitting there smoking a cigar. He was like, man, they're playing possum, and, they're just drawing up the underdog story. And so I want to believe that, I hope that that's the case. A dislocated finger doesn't look like, anything, like you're trying to.
Right.
But I think
it's a good story for them playing possum, going in, playing a vanilla offense, going into Tampa Bay, and they have no idea what to expect. It's a good story to run with.
I think what they're going to do is I think they're going to blow everybody away. But here's the thing too, is I really believe that, that last couple weeks, I was at the 49ers Bills games too. So I saw the collapse with my own eyes. So they actually, in the Bills game, they played really bad the first three quarters. I think Hurts had 30 some passing yards. It was terrible. It was so bad. And then I love them, but it was so bad. My friend and I actually left at the top of the fourth quarter, and then we turned on the radio, got home, and it was still on. And I was like, you got to, of course I left, right? But, then they turned around, but they had issues that game too. They got lucky, but, it started a long time ago. And so the 49ers game the following week wasn't any different. That definitely showcased a lot of the issues. But you know what? My outlook is that, these guys are so talented. They're some of the best talented guys in the league. We know that. They were 10-1, right? So, I think the playoffs, what's interesting about this city and the fan base is, and the players, they turn into like an animal in the playoffs. So it's like, leave the baggage out the door. The regular season's over. You got your spot. All right, let's reset. So I'm hoping that reset, really sinks in, and that they start playing the way they were the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, the team has to do a reset. They're 0-0 now. So it's all new. It's all new season in the playoffs.
That's it. And, I think we got a good draw too. I think we have the easiest schedule out of all the teams. I think Detroit playing LA. That'll be cool to see Stafford, go back to Detroit. I think that'll be interesting. But you know what? That's a tough matchup, right? We play Tampa. I don't know. And then we would play, whoever the worst seed is of the
following team. Yes.
Following team. So we can sneak our way in.
It's the NFL scriptwriters are really working overtime. They got the Packers and the Cowboys, rivals always. Perfect. Mike McCarthy and the Packers. That's perfect. You got Matthew Stafford, who got traded from Detroit all the way back in the playoffs against them. And first time in Detroit playoffs since 1993. You can't write. You can't script that.
I think it's cool too that and I actually respect the Lions a lot, because they've gone through a lot of stuff. They're a great team. But I will say what's cool is seeing Stafford back and play the playoff game.
Yeah.
First time in that stadium when he kind of deserves to, after
Right, yeah,
he's been through, but
sure.
he's on the other team. But I think it's cool that he gets to be a part of that still.
Yeah, he's part of their playoff run. They got a lot of players because of that trade. So, he's a little bit of a part of that. So,
yeah, but we got Swift, so that's all right.
Yeah, I don't know why they gave up on him. Got a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah,
we usually do a score prediction for our games. Can you give me a score prediction for Eagles Tampa Bay Monday night in Tampa?
Man, I would have gave you a score prediction for that Cardinals game too. So I could be way off. I think the Eagles will win. I think I am optimistic on this. I think it won't be easy.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to give them, I'd say 21-17 Eagles.
Yeah, that's a close game. It's going to be a close game. I believe you're right. Yeah.
Come down to the fourth quarter, but I think Tampa's going to either fumble and throw an intercept. Something's going to happen. I think they'll bounce back. I think the nice warm weather in Tampa too will kind of bring it back.
It's good. Yeah, exactly. Everyone loves that warm weather,
Yeah.
You leave it to Baker Mayfield. He's not Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, so he's going to make his mistakes.
Hats off to him though, man. He's found a way to still hang on and do something in the NFL. But what about you? What do you think they're going to do?
I do think they're going to win. I think I've been leading for weeks on the Ocho Cinco how they're just playing rope-a-dope here. They're playing possum. So I think they're going to win. They already beat Tampa Bay once this year. I think they'll hand it to them. So we'll see.
I think that's going to happen. I think it'll be good, man.
So tell us, how can we listen to Go Birds coming out January 12th? How can we do it?
Man, I'm so excited. So it'll be everywhere. It's going to be on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Pandora, wherever you stream music, it will be there. So all you have to do is type in Go Birds and it should pop up. So this is actually the acoustic version of the song. So I have a full version that has the one I've been teasing is the acoustic version, but I have a full electric guitar, full band, like rockin' version.
Right.
But I was going to drop it after the acoustic one, see how this one did, but I don't know how far the team's going to get. So I might have to, it would be weird to drop the full version, after the Eagles lost. So I might have to hold that until the fall, but at least we'll have this one, to sing along to for now.
Exciting. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I can't wait to hear the full version. I know there's a lot of people out there waiting and chomping at the bit to get hold of that and to get some listening to it.
It's going to be awesome.
On repeat over and over again.
Let's go.
At least until all the way through the wins. Through the wins.
You know what's so cool is, the thing of it, because, I was going to wait till the fall, but I'm like, this team might not be this team next year.
Right.
You can't guarantee that they'll be good. So I'm like, if there's any time to do it, the time is now. When people are talking about the Eagles, even if they're bad, people are talking about it, right? They're talking about it more that they're bad. So it kind of helps out with SEO marketing reasons, of course, from my business brain. I think that, this song is going to inspire a lot of players, a lot of, Philly spirit. I think
sure.
it perfectly captures, that little middle finger to Dallas that we give.
I love that.
Like, I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's going to do something really special. And I'm just blessed to be the person that got to write this thing. But it's the songs that songs for me are the soundtrack to our lives. Like that's why I'm an artist. That's why I moved to Nashville, is to do this on a massive scale. But it's like, I just want to make the songs that you can have a campfire to, have a barbecue to, and party with your friends. And, life's easy. Life is only as hard as we make it. And, I just want to be that guy that can just for 3 minutes of your day, play a song and just take you out of the moment and just be in the present moment.
I love that. I love you got to love what you do, right? You got to love what you do. And then if you create songs that you want to hear and listen to as well, right?
Yeah. And like, if I'm not a fan of it, nobody else is going to be a fan of it. So I always think in my head, I'm like, would I listen to this? Whether or not I have good music taste, but would I listen to this, as a fan, and could I see this becoming something cool? And if I think it's cool, I'll put it out. I used to think a lot about songs and song choices, but now I'm just like, nah, how does it make me feel? How does it make other people feel? And it's not even out, and Go Birds is already having such a great impact, and so I can't wait until it drops. this Friday. I'm excited to see what happens with it. So
yeah, I'm excited to see how many downloads, how many plays you get on that first day. I'm hopefully you tweet that out, or you send it on your Instagram story, because I'm excited to see those numbers.
And you know what? Like at the song, I'm a true believer. Like believe that the song will carry itself. If it's a great song, if it resonates with people, it'll kind of do its own thing. Like you can make posts and tell people about it, right? But eventually it's like, like Philly will take care of it. And I think
it certainly does. It certainly will. It certainly will.
I think it's one of those things. So I'm not stressed about it. If anything, I just wanted to help the Eagles win the Super Bowl. That's my real goal.
Oh man, if it does, look out. We're gonna want more. We're gonna want more songs from Holdyn.
That's right,
if that happens. And if they do make it to the Super Bowl, you're gonna have to be there, because come on, LA and the Eagles in the Super Bowl in LA. I'm not LA, Las Vegas.
That's going to be. I was my buddy Chris. We were out there in Vegas for a Luke Bryan residency show. He has a residency out there, Sports World, and we toured Allegiant Stadium. They have like a backstage tour. You can take with a tour guide, and that stadium is beautiful. So it's too bad they got a team that plays there, but it's a great stadium, and it would be cool to be on the sidelines for that for sure. That would be
very cool. I'm sure somebody will pull some strings to get you there.
We'll see.
Yeah. Holdyn, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me and talking about Go Birds.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Can't wait for you to hear this thing.
Me too. Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
Boy, I wish you could have been there. The Cowboys are sure gonna miss her. I hate to break it to them, she looking better in green. Tomorrow she was planning on leaving, but she done went and changed her philosophies. Was it the fans? Was it the lights? Could have been my arm wrapped around her all night. I knew she was the one when she said the words. Not the words you might think. Oh man, she said, "Go Birds."